Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go to our friends in Perth and Sydney in particular. Of course, continue our chat with the Australian Under-19s, of course, girls World Championship team in hockey. That's ice hockey for everyone playing at home. And of course, we've got two very special guest joiners right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks both for joining us.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us, I guess, what both your involvements were in the under-19s team.
Well, my name's Remi Harvey, and I was one of the coaches for the team, and specifically, I coached the defense.
I'm Malila Koviak, and I was the captain of the Australian team.
It was only, 2 months ago? I know we were just being before we came on that both of you have played a lot of hockey since then. But tell us a bit about, I guess, the trip to Scotland, or Scotland or Wales, somewhere around there, especially that Under-19s World Championship.
Going to Scotland was really cool. It was an amazing experience, especially meeting up with all the other teams. We always see the Netherlands there, which is always great, and Mexico and everyone. So it's always fun catching up with them.
Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it? I had actually been to Dumfries before, but we got to visit Edinburgh this time. The day we flew in, it was very early in the morning, and basically we had to try and stay awake and combat jet lag. So we walked about around Edinburgh for a few hours before heading to Dumfries. So it was really nice to see a little bit of the Scottish landscape as well. It was really nice. And yeah, everyone on the tournament's always so lovely. We've both done a few tournaments now, Molly, and you have friends each year and you make new friends every year. So it's always a fun time. Well,
yeah.
Been to your head coach Tam and obviously your vice captain in Maddie only about a couple of weeks ago. Now, they mentioned that when you arrived in Scotland, it was the first time the team actually got together formally, considering I guess everyone was coming from all over the place.
Yeah. So when we all meet up in Sydney, and the team, we hadn't played for 2 years now. And so the team was really brand new, and we met half the team all in Sydney, and then a couple girls joined us over in Scotland.
Yeah, it's always really funny. We say that the girls meet each other on the long haul flight to Europe. It's a lot of team bonding time, a lot of time together on the plane. But yeah, but it's kind of good. It's always a nervous, excited energy that because everyone's meeting each other for the first time. Kind of makes traveling all that way a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Now, when you got to Scotland, and obviously everyone got to meet each other, especially the ones that had to travel from overseas as well, not just obviously from Australia, but obviously from other places around the world. It seems like there was a very smooth transition regarding to, you played, seems like together for so long, even though, some of you from here in Australia and some of the others are from playing college over in the US.
I mean, lots of the girls have known each other for a while, and there was a quick tour that we did last year to Turkey, so some girls still knew each other from there. But I'm sure, Molly, you can talk about this, that we also did some Zoom meetings where, that's the fun thing about playing in Australia, is sometimes you don't get to meet your teammates in person until tournament time. So we did, go.
We kind of got over that awkward stage of on the Zoom meetings. So then we when we met in Sydney, we could put a name to a face and know a little bit about each other. So we definitely had a really good chemistry with this team, and it was something really special.
I loved the team vibe this year. Everyone got along. You guys were all a big family. It was, it's normally like that, but it was just a really nice group this year, I think. Everyone got along instantly, which is cool.
Yeah.
The World Championships, which obviously you eventually went through undefeated, except for the last game, which we won't talk about. But tell us a bit about the shutout game. I believe that was against the Netherlands, speaking to the others. Tell us a bit about that game, which you completely shut out the Netherlands.
Well, that game, I think a lot of us were definitely nervous before it, because last time we played Netherlands in Turkey, we just won by 1 goal, so we were definitely knew it was going to be a hard game. But in the first period, we went out there and like just had a really good start, and then we just kept going from there and just didn't give up, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was really it was such a good game to be on the bench for, you know. It was just the vibe the entire time, like everyone really wanted it and everyone just wanted to do anything possible to help the team for that to happen, really. Like Maddie, our goalie, who you've spoken to, like just played absolutely out of her skin that day. The defense were blocking shots out of everywhere. Like everyone was just like playing at the best of their ability. And you know, I just think we really lifted each other, and just the bench was so fun to be on that
Definitely
day
was like
because
really hype and everyone was just cheering for each other, and just it was like everyone supported everyone, and it was the best feeling.
and it was focused too. Like it wasn't like we scored a few goals and then, you know, kind of lost it. Like we just kept going. Like everyone knew that it was, even though we scored some goals at the beginning, everyone knew that it was going to be hard work. So yeah, just
Like
the focus
keep going.
was.
You get like if you let the Dutch in, they'll take it, and you got it. But so we just kept going. It was really good.
Yeah, they didn't give it to us lightly either. Like they definitely they put up a fight. So, and we love playing against the Netherlands. So, you know, it's always a really, really hard game. So yeah, we're very, very happy with it.
So, fast forward to the Australia Day game. Technically, it was Australia Day game against Latvia, which clinched the World Championship. Tell us a bit about that game, and when did you feel you had the World Championship then?
That game was really nerve-wracking. It started off, we were playing really well, and then I don't know, in the second period it just kind of like got a little nervous, and I don't think we had to fight to the very like till the buzzer, because they could have come back at any moment. Like we had to keep going until we heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a secret that we were playing for a gold medal for that game. Like the stakes were clear. Like everyone knew. And I don't know about you, Molly, but I did not sleep the night before. I was so wired and happy for you girls. And you know, like especially in a division the way we were at, it just, you know, even getting a silver medal is still huge for Team Australia. So just having the opportunity to play for a gold medal was just crazy. And so yeah, that was not lost on me. But the game itself, like I remember Tamara came into the change room at the beginning, and just the nerves, everyone was very nervous, but in a really good
everyone
way.
was like quiet and in their zone, and
I remember we were trying to pump you all up, because it was like, it wasn't a bad thing, but everyone definitely,
it was just like in the zone. We were all like trying to focus so hard and get ready for it, because we knew it was going to be a big battle.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember Tamara just said, like, we're just gonna take it period by period and we'll just see how we go. And yeah, like Latvia is a very good team, so they really came at us hard. And like, yeah, we had few lapses towards the end of the second period, but we just stepped up and played really defensive hockey. Everyone did their roles, and just
when you won that game against Latvia on Australia Day, tell us exactly what did you all eat on it after that game?
What did we do? We did fairy bread,
Vegemite,
shapes.
Frodo Frogs were there.
Caramellos.
Yes, it was just a party. Like
it was really, we had always planned as team staff we were going to do something fun for Australia Day. But when it turned out that we were going to be playing for a gold medal, we kind of went that extra little step. Made sure everyone got spoiled. It was fun.
It was so good. I loved it.
How did you manage? I wish I asked the others this question, but I'm going to ask both of you this question. So, how do you manage to get all the Aussie food over to Scotland?
Oh, I can answer that because
that's a Remi job.
Yeah, we all the team staff took it over. Like we went in one of the Zoom meetings, we asked the girls, say if we did something for Australia Day, what food do you want? And I'll never forget Phoebe Roberts, who is currently living in the US, was like fairy bread, Vegemite, shapes. And I was like, okay, Phoebe. So yeah, I went to Ruth, our manager, and the team staff, and I was like, these are the requests. So yeah, we seriously, we took Vegemite in our luggage and hundreds of thousands and shapes and Tim Tams, and we packed it all into our luggage and kept it a secret until Australia Day and brought it all out. Yeah, so good.
That's amazing. I can see both of you wearing your medals around your necks, which I'll get both of you to show it to us. There they are. So I have to ask. Now I asked the others this question. I'm hoping I get a better answer than what the others have said to me. So how long did you wear your medals around your necks for? Considering you had a very quick turnaround before you had to jump back on the plane. And did any of you sleep with it?
I definitely took it on the plane. I was wearing it through the airport, along with the trophy in hand.
Yeah, Molly was our designated trophy carrier as our captain.
Yeah.
So everyone, how many people came up to you, Molly, and asked you what it was? There was quite a few.
Yeah, they all were like, oh, what's in here? And would open the box and be like, oh, like, what's this for? And then you explain to them ice hockey. And because we went through America, they all knew. And you came to Australia and they were like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I wore mine. Usually, honestly, it's a very boring answer, but it's the easiest way to travel with it because you don't lose it when it's around your neck. So I think I wore it on the flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I slept with it and wore it on the flight, but more so that I kept it with me because I don't want to lose it.
Don't want to lose this one, no.
No, worked hard for this one.
When I last had Tam and Maddie on the show, now I believe the trophy at the time, which was 2 weeks ago, was over in WA. So where's the trophy now?
Sydney.
Oh.
Yeah. Our assistant coach Gabe is having some time with the trophy, and then it's my turn after that.
Yay.
Yeah, gonna have some quality time with it before I send it to Melbourne.
Molly, you had the chance to have it first, first of them, when it was over in WA. So how long did you have it for, and did you sleep with it?
I had it for probably a couple days, and I didn't sleep with it, but I brought a lot of my friends over and showed them, and took a lot of photos with it. But no, I didn't sleep with it.
Did you kiss the trophy at any stage before you passed it off?
Yes, you can see in the live stream where I get the trophy, me and Phoebe, my assistant captain, we both kiss the trophy. And then you can see me wiping it because there was a kiss print in the middle of it, and I was like, oh, I don't want everyone to see this.
That's the best answer. Well done.
You see in the live stream me start going like this on the trophy because there's just this big kiss print.
Okay. I'm gonna watch that live stream. I must have missed that one. Sorry, I have to ask, was it captured on camera other than the live stream? Physically?
No, it wasn't. It's only, I can definitely try and find it for you, but it was that was the only time I kissed, the moment.
Remi, I need to ask you this, considering obviously you get it next. Obviously, it's currently in Sydney at the moment. Are you going to get a chance to kiss the trophy at any stage? Considering I have to ask you about another trophy as well on top of this.
I don't know. I'm going to spend some time with it. Just hang out with it, I don't know.
Have some with it.
What? Sorry?
Have some fairy bread with it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Have some Vegemite, some shapes,
Yeah.
Show it a good time.
Now, I have to ask this before we talk about both your hockey journeys. Now, I know both of you were down here in Melbourne for the course, the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League competition, which obviously Sydney won against Melbourne. Now, Perth came third in that championship, which Molly, you were involved in. So I have to ask, which one was more important, more special this year? Was it winning the Australian Under-19s World Championship? Or for you, Remi, winning the league championship for Sydney for the second time, or Molly winning, getting bronze for Perth?
I feel like I'm going to upset people either way I answer this.
Same. But for me,
I-
it's definitely the gold medal with under 18s.
Yeah, I think both of them mean a lot to me. Obviously, for me, it's a little bit different. Like for the A-Dub trophy, it was me playing, and for this team, it was me coaching. And I think the journey that the team had to that gold medal for the in Scotland, I just think, you know, we've put so much time into that program, and to see it, you know, we got bronze last year, which we celebrated, and it was huge. And so the fact that we managed to not manage the fact that we smashed it and got gold, I really think other achievements are gonna have to really work hard to top that, because just that feeling of you know, no one thought we could do it. Like no one thought we could beat Latvia twice. And I just that feeling as a coach is really, really hard to match. So as much as I loved winning the trophy with the Sirens, and that was still, I'm not gonna lie, I cried both times. So still still, you know, very, very big things. But yeah, just the huge journey and where we started and where we ended up. Yeah, it's going to be hard to top ever, I think, let alone in a year.
How did both of you get involved in ice hockey or hockey, and why did you choose it?
I got involved in ice hockey. Just I lived near Macquarie Ice Rink in Sydney, and my parents actually ice skated and played hockey, but I didn't really know that. It was just, we just kind of did it's like our Sunday afternoon activity. Would go ice skating all the time, and I was, you know, a little princess girl that loved singing and dancing. So they thought I was going to become a figure skater, and I didn't really like it. And then one day, and I was just skating, and one day after the session I was at, there was a hockey game, and I was really, really interested in it and ended up trying it. So that was when I was about 7. And then yeah, just sort of kept playing, made a few teams, made a few state teams, and then yeah, when I was about 11, or I think I was 11, was when the AWHL started, and I started playing with yeah, I mean, some of my teammates now, or former teammates, but they were my idols at the time. And so like Kaylee White, Millie Matheson, and those kind of people. So I really wanted to be like them. So then I kept kept going. So, and then I just, coaching was just kind of a natural progression into that. Yeah.
I started ice hockey when I was probably, I want to say like 9 or 8, and it was just a coincidence. Me and my brother went to a birthday party at the ice rink, and he wanted to play ice hockey, and I'd always go to his trainings and watch him, and I thought it looked fun, so I joined in. And then I started playing hockey as well, and I just enjoyed like playing with the boys and being better than them sometimes, and just having fun. And then it just like developed into, when I was 14, like the Perth Inferno kind of started up. So I joined that team and just been going on ever since.
Great segue, Molly. For my next question, I'm going to ask you, who's better, yourself or your brother? Be honest.
That's a tough question. A lot of people say that I'm the better like skater, and he's more like better at like stick handling and shooting. But I feel like I'd say myself, just
Good.
because.
Yeah, Molly.
both of you obviously playing as well. What position do both of you play on the ice? And if you had a dream position where you'd like to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be? Be honest.
I play
Position
forward
do you
now.
play? I was gonna say you play a lot.
I play a bit of everywhere, like, but I'm trying to focus on playing forward now because it's more fun and I find it way better.
When Molly first started playing with the team, she was a D, but Tamara and I used to make her play forward.
Oh,
And I remember I didn't like it, but I just did it because I was just like, okay, like maybe there's something here. And then there was apparently.
And then she scored international goals, and the rest was history.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play D. I play defense my whole life basically, like, and it's why I coach it at the moment too. And I don't know what position I would play if everyone wants to play center, but I don't know. I actually really like D. I'd like to play forward every now and then. My coach could just put me forward sometimes, that'd be nice. But yeah, I'm too defensive. Like I'm definitely a stay-at-home D, light blocking shot, looking after my goalie.
Remi, being a defensive player, now you obviously Molly mentioned before that yourself and Tam put her in the forwards. Why didn't you leave her in defense? Isn't that the best position?
It is the best position, and Tamara and I have a history of because obviously Tamara takes the forwards, I take the D. So yeah, we have a history of sometimes not arguing over, but you know, a little bit of a trying to decide who's going to go where. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's best for the team. And Molly uses her body really well and is really good at getting under the defense skin in front of the net. Yeah, so at the end of the day for our team, yeah, it was really clear that Molly was best suited up forward. So yeah, which I'm happy to let go so that people can shine and do good.
What does the sport of ice hockey mean to both of you, and especially representing Australia? Obviously, Remi, you do play for Australia as well. Only a couple of weeks after that, when you were coaching. So, what does it mean to both of you?
For me, hockey is just it's been fun. It's been where all my friends are. It's been a little bit of release in life. Like if I'm stressed, it's like my happy place. Training, games, no matter what it is, like when I get out on the ice, like I just feel in the zone. And so yeah, it's good for me in many different ways. And yeah, getting to play at various different levels. For me, it's all about the team, and I love that I get to meet different people and play with a whole bunch of really awesome athletes, and we get to go to some pretty cool places as well and get to experience things together. So that's always really fun. And you know, like your hockey team's always your family, but when you go to Worlds with a hockey team, like it's a different thing. Hey Molly, like you've been through something together, so it's very. Yeah, it means a lot because you've got friends for life, but you know, you got family for life too, you know?
For me, hockey's really like it's kind of like an escape. Like I just love going on the ice and just feeling like free. Like the world kind of stops, I guess, like and I just get to do something that I love and just especially playing and representing Australia is just like it's incredible and being with all the girls is amazing because like Remi said, we build a bond, we have so much fun and it's just yeah.
Yeah, I think we both got kind of lifelong friends from our experiences playing with Australia. Like you get friends from all over Australia and all over the world just because, you know, you've been through things together. So get really close.
So, considering both you play for two completely different AWIHL teams, Perth and Sydney, I'm assuming both would have versed against each other, considering both you play in two opposite ends of the ice. How's that gone down this past season?
Do we talk about the time where you nearly injured my shoulder, Molly, or do we leave that out? No, I'm kidding. It was actually very funny. Molly just ran into me.
I love versing. I love versing people that we like kind of know, because it's like you get a little bit competitive out there, but you can still have fun with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really
So
fun because,
versing is always
yeah, I think it's really fun because Molly and I both, like, we're pretty like physical players. So, and it's all in love. Like, we, it's never
definitely.
going to end up in like in a fight or anything. So
Yeah.
it's really fun because, like, Molly's really hard on the puck and so am I, and we've had a lot of battles in front of the net together. And like, it's really fun because, especially because we're both very, very smiley people too. So we usually, at the end of nearly beating each other up, and look up at each other and smile and change. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
It's
lot of
definitely
fun.
funny, like we can get like really like, I guess, like aggressive playing, and then it's like as soon as the play's done, we're just laughing and giggling about it. Like it's so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Going up from that, then, what have both of you learnt from each other on and off the ice?
I've learned from Remi to like always take care of yourself on and off the ice, and especially like mindfulness. Like I love how Remi's very big about that, because it's definitely like helped me along the way, like to calm down and stay out of like a bad mindset if I'm in the middle of a game.
Oh, Molly. That's lovely. I think Molly's taught me to never give up and to always go in hard and sort of, like, doesn't matter the size or the physicality of the team you're playing against. Like, Molly's played against so many different teams where, like, they've had more training than us and they've had more experience, but, like, she'll just always go in hard. And so, yeah, I think just to never give up and always play the body.
What would be your advice to people in Sydney and obviously in Perth that should get involved in hockey?
Definitely go down to the rink, and hopefully it's like A-dub season and come down and watch us. Or just go down to the rink and go for a public session and go for a skate, and then definitely do it a couple times, because the first time you won't you won't be the best, but if you do it more, the more you'll love it and it'll be more fun.
Yeah, that's good advice for sure. I think I always say to people when they're looking to get involved in ice hockey in Australia in any way that it's bigger than you think it is. You just have to look for it sometimes. So no matter how you want to be involved, if you want to go and watch some hockey, there will definitely be hockey somewhere. You just have to figure out where it is and when it's on. If you want to play, there's so many different, like, development sessions, training sessions, learn to skate classes. And then so many different leagues all over Australia, but in Sydney and in Perth. And the community itself is really friendly, and everyone, because we are a fringe sport in Australia, everyone just wants to help and everyone wants people involved. So yeah, if you come down and you say you want to get into it, you know, anyone will just help. Like, I think that's the cool part about
Everyone's like really welcoming. They're just like, everyone's like, will help out with anything.
Yeah, family,
Yeah.
No, at the final. Now, I believe, I know a lot of Perth girls were supporting Sydney in the grand final against Melbourne. How special was that? And especially the connection that Sydney and Perth had. And I know I saw it at the presentations as well. How important is that friendship been, especially between Sydney and Perth?
I think it's across the whole league. Like, everyone, like, we've people who have either traveled together or done other tournaments together. Like, we're all everyone's really close. And I think, especially like myself, like, obviously I've coached quite a lot of that Perth team at some point in time. So yeah, it's really special for me to even just been playing against a lot of, like, Molly, Sophie, Rita, Faith. There's just so many girls that I've been involved in the hockey careers, so it's really special to have them there and playing against them. And yeah, there's a lot of people on that Perth team that I've played with too. So yeah, there's definitely a bond. And I think when I went to one of the Perth girls after we won, I think they could just see how tired I was, but how happy I was, and they just knew, you know, like, and I was crying. I was just so exhausted and happy, and just, yeah, no words had to be exchanged. They just gave me a huge hug, and I was just like, thank you. Because yeah, we all know how much it means. So yeah, it was cool.
It's definitely like going to those tournaments, you get really excited about like seeing like the people if you haven't seen them for a little while. So like definitely on the ice, you're not really liking them, but as soon as you're off the ice, you just want to love them and just be around them and support them, because that's all you can do as a friend. Like it's such an incredible feeling going away and seeing your friends like supporting you play, or even if they're on the other team, just cheering you on. It's really cool.
It's really special to see whenever there are team dinners or tournament dinners where people, teams are interacting and talking, but there is almost always a table of all the junior girls that have been to Worlds together that, like, everyone else will be talking. And then there's always a table where all the younger girls go to, because they're all mates and they're all so excited that they've met up in the middle of Australia where they all live. So yeah, it's really cool to see.
So who had the most embarrassing moments on the ice during the World Championships, and what was it?
I remember one time after the game finished, I saw one of my friends, I think it was from the Netherlands, and I dropped my glove, and everyone had left the ice, and I went down to pick it up, but I missed and kept going around in a circle. And Gabe, our assistant coach, he witnessed me fall like almost flat face, like landed on my face and everything. But other than that, I can't remember anyone else really having an embarrassing moment.
Yeah, I can't think of it. It was a good tournament. Everyone did really well. Love that you dubbed yourself in there, Molly. Good
know, but it's funny, like it's a funny moment. So
I'd love to know this answer and see if you can match the others on this one. So who's the comedian, the best singer, and internet TikTok/Be Real?
Molly's the best singer, for sure. Molly and Katrina are the best.
I love
Team Hype.
Yeah.
100%.
Best comedian. Oh, I'd probably say Tara was really funny.
Yeah,
I love Tara.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok and Be Real. It would have to be like one of the younger girls, like Sophie, maybe, because she was always on, or everyone was on Be Real. Maybe Courtney, she was always on Be Real. But
yeah, I think I agree. Team comedian, but all of you are hilarious. Like, seriously, stick a bunch of like 14 to 18-year-olds in the same room, make them hang out for a couple of days. They're hilarious. You're all really funny.
Or Kat and Lucy for comedians as well. They're funny.
Yeah.
Yes. You pretty much match what the others actually said. So I'm happy with those ones.
Did they say Molly as the singer?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Molly performs.
Yes,
Molly is a performer.
I performed for that team.
So do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I like to put like my left stuff on first. So I put my left skate on before my right skate, my left shin pad, my left elbow pad, and for my chest plate, I put my left arm in through. Like, that's my superstition.
I don't really have a superstition, but I really love my pre-game naps. So like, yeah, everyone knows this about me, that Remi has to go and have a pre-game nap. I don't always have one, but if I feel like one, even if it's like literally a quick nap in the car before I get to the rink, or like curl up in the change room when everyone's taping their sticks, that has happened before too. Yeah, love a pre-game nap. It really, like, even if I'm not actually asleep, it just really like focuses me. So yeah.
Is it when you're playing or when you're coaching, or both?
Both. Normally playing.
Okay.
When I'm coaching, I'm actually more superstitious when I'm coaching, than when I'm playing. Like I just try and do, like in Scotland, I was doing the same things every day. So I was wearing, like, I have game day socks,
The
bright.
whole team, we got really like superstitious to the end. Like we were all like, okay, like everyone wear the same socks as you did yesterday, and I'm like, oh.
After the Netherlands game, because the Netherlands game went so well, everyone was like, we need to keep doing exactly what we've been doing.
We've got to do it again.
To the point where on the morning skates in the mornings, I don't know if you know this, Molly, but we kept doing similar drills because like we'd always do skating with me on game day. And like because Tamara was like, we're not changing it, we're doing well. We're doing exactly the same.
Yeah. It was good.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've got to ask this as a follow-up. So if you kept it all the same, including I guess clothes-wise, did it get smelly at any stage?
They were washing their skins. Things were being washed. Just a disclaimer: hygiene is important.
Some people didn't. We're not going to name, but some didn't wash their skins because they're like, oh, you know, like got to keep the good energy on it. I'm like, okay, but
you can keep good hygiene.
Definitely with like the clothes, like outside clothes, like we were like, okay, like we've got to wash it today. Like if we didn't have a game on, we was like, okay, wash today, like, and wear it tomorrow or something.
Okay. So we'll finish with these last two. The first one is mention about pre-game superstition or ritual. Any hype song or pump up song to hype the team up before a game?
Was that one this year?
It was definitely anything High School Musical or
yeah, I forgot about that.
Like Fabulous or I don't know, Gotta Go My Own Way. It's a bit slow. Tamara really loved Lose Yourself by Eminem. She liked that one.
That.
Yeah, that was like her favorite. We would put it on before the big games. Hey, it worked. So
yeah, it did.
The last one is, and I have to ask this as well. Did you get a check? Obviously, you got your medals as well. Did any of you or did the team bite their medals?
I think we're all biting our medals in the photos, right?
I think everyone took a little nibble.
Part of it.
Yeah. Can't not do it. Like you have to.
Yeah. Well, both of you, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to join us. It's awesome interviewing both of you on the show.
Thank you for having us.
And
no worries at all.
Congratulations, well deserved, and especially what happened in the League One after that as well, finishing first and third. Even though we'd love to see Sydney and Perth play in the grand final down here in Melbourne, but
definitely.
But both of you, thank you so much, and can't wait to see both of you in action again next season or next year, or whenever the hockey season restarts again. And hopefully we'll catch both of you down here in Melbourne playing for your respective teams again soon.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
No worries. And that's Remi and Molly there, joins from the World Champions Team Australia team from the under 18s World Championship there in Scotland. There's more on the Smash Sport show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the 10th year celebration.